Ladies and gentlemen, the weight category 49 kilogram. We will be starting the gold medal final.
Бүкіл әлемдік Гран-при халықаралық таеквондо турнирінің финалын бастаймыз. 49 келі салмақ дәрежесі.
We invite the blue, Lucija ZANINOVIC from Croatia in the WTF's Olympic ranking number 2.
49 келі салмақ дәрежесіндегі көк бұрышқа Lucija ZANINOVIC, Хорватия, WTF Олимпиадаға рейтингісі нөмір 2.
In the red, Jaeah from Korea in the WTF's Olympic ranking number 25.
49 келі салмақ дәрежесіндегі қызыл бұрышқа Jaeah, Корея, WTF Олимпиадалық рейтингіндегі нөмірі 20.
Jaeah of Korea. She's had 4 rounds so far and a very comfortable 6-1 semi-final. Some pretty tight matches earlier on in there as well. And this should be a good bout. Here's Lucija ZANINOVIC, who we saw win on the golden point in her semi-final. That was a cracking first semi-final of the day. Our referee for this evening, for the first final, Anis Ibrahim Al-Atari. But he's game for a good contest tonight.
Oh dear.
You're old enough to understand that joke. Here we go. Final contest.
The first round is beginning.
And away we go. Oh, thanks, Mike. You've made me feel better. So we've seen both these athletes already in the semi-finals. ZANINOVIC was, very, very tight and compact, but she had a bit of a scare, and she had a headshot against her. Eventually managed to tie it up, won it on the golden point. Korean athlete was 1-1 going into the third, and suddenly whacked in a head kick and ran away with it.
And that will make the difference in this match. If there is going to be a big difference, it will be the head kicks and if the Korean athlete gets through or not.
Yeah. So far, pretty careful. You can be sure that both athletes have watched the others' semi-finals, so there have been little notes taken. Like as an international coach, Mike, you take notes on the opponent, won't you, and say, she likes to do this particular move, and just be careful of that. She seems very hot on that one.
Well, you study them before the match, like I say, if you can watch film, you will do, and then actually during games. Like in the situation now, if you're coaching, you're going to be watching the opponent, look for those openings and try and create you're basically an extra pair of eyes on your opponent, seeing the weaknesses and openings, and hopefully that's one of the things that you'll be able to tell them at the break is, have you seen this? If there's an opening here for you to take it.
Yeah.
So it's not just about coaching your player, but it's identifying the weaknesses in your opponent in that specific game and seeing if those have occurred before in previous matches.
Yeah.
The Korean's very cautious. She starts off like this in the semi-final as well.
Yeah.
And it's about those headshots, is whether she takes them up or not.
No, that's it. She seems to be one of these low-scoring athletes, and with a very strong defence. But she must be certainly wary that the Korean's got the ability to flick out that headshot. There you see good defence from ZANINOVIC, because Kim came in and a foot was going up. But it's 0-0 after the first period.
Croatian athlete much more cautious in this final.
Yeah. Just looking at the Korean coach, he's very beautifully attired. I think he's going clubbing tonight, that's for sure. Very smart indeed. Certainly a nice thing to see. It's quite warm in here as well, that's for sure.
It is
there's
indeed.
there's quite a lot of people entered this building, and I don't think there's air conditioning here, so it's certainly getting a little bit hot and sweaty. 2 more finals to go. This is the female up to 49 kilogram category, so this is the lightest female weight that you'll see. And then we go from one extreme to the other, because we've got the women's heavyweight and then the men's heavyweight finals. And that'll complete our action here this evening. 2 more days of action to go. Some big athletes. Looking at the draws for some of the future days, we've got some great action to come. Certainly well worth trying to catch that. Here we go for the second period. There's a stoppage here. There's an issue with the scoreboard, which you may have noticed on our screen. The scoreboard's currently showing the end of the first period. They've not been able to reset it to the second period, so...
yeah, two of the scoreboards are showing the action as it's happening, rather than the scoreboard itself.
Yeah, I think they're resetting the clock here, and... well, eventually we're back to go. Somebody forgot to press the button to say next period or something like that. Well,
actually, on the screens, you can see the action rather than the score. Was that the same as before?
Yeah, there's 2 screens showing live action, and then there's 2 screens with a scoreboard on, so quite unusual. So quite nice. So far, pretty much the same here in the second period. Kim, Jaeah, just... She seems to be the one who was dominating a little bit more here. You know, if you were watching this match and, you know, you said this is world number 2 against world number 25, you'd be thinking that it was the girl in red who was the world number 2.
Yeah.
It's actually the girl in blue. There's more of attackings coming from the Korean. This is a fascinating contest. ZANINOVIC, as we said earlier, she's won everything. 3 times European champion concurrently. And she's won some big events. Oh, she's kicked over there. That will be a Kyung-go. Caught off balance. Another one of those. Still early on. We're still only in the second period.
Yeah, ZANINOVIC is a very experienced athlete. She was bronze medalist from London 2012. She's very cautious. She hasn't come off the back leg like she was doing in the semi-final, so she's not looking for those points right now.
Yeah.
She's got a good tight defence to the body though, so it's hard for the Korean to get in there. But again, I'd expect her to start looking for more headshots.
Last 30 seconds. And it's a bit of a stalemate at the moment. Which, considering both of them had quite thrilling semi-finals, just shows that you never know what you're going to get with a taekwondo bout sometimes. These two definitely cancelling each other out. Very, very similar builds, very similar styles. Into the final 10 seconds. And this one, just like so many bouts to date, is going to be decided in that third and final period, because this one is blanked out. Well, I don't think there's anything for the highlights reel in that round, is there?
It's a cautious approach for 2 rounds, yeah. It's not a great spectator event, but at the same time it is very tactical. ZANINOVIC not coming off the back leg like she would, like she has done so much. We
can just see the coach from Croatia there talking, and he's, you know, he's getting a little bit animated in that corner actually, and sort of, you know, I don't know if he's suggesting the way he just did a little hopping movement, saying that maybe she should get a couple of short steps in and get into that range before she launches the attack, because at the moment the range where she's launching the attack from, her Korean opponent is just picking her off every time.
Not creating opportunities.
No chance. Yeah. She might as well take a gamble, get in close, and then have a go.
I think we'll still see the cautious approach for the first minute of the last round, and then bang, it'll explode into action.
It's like somebody presses a little buzzer and says, right, off you go now, let's have the real stuff. We'll see. Here we go, 0-0. I'm sure it's not going to be 0-0 at the end of this final 2 minutes period. And yeah, true to form. Just a little bit of energy there from ZANINOVIC. But again, a cancelling achiever out. You can see ZANINOVIC there. She's just doing a few little hops. Just, you know, I think that's what her coach had said to her. Look, try and just get inside a little bit more. Oh, and Kim just reached out with her foot so close to a headshot. Well, at the moment, that was the closest, and ZANINOVIC for the first time gets a body shot, but not powerful enough to score. There's a punch, and ZANINOVIC is down. We will have a point to Kim Jaeah, and she'll take the lead with that Kyung-go.
You can't appeal a punch.
Yeah.
He has done.
Well, this is interesting, Mike. Yeah.
I'm not saying there's push.
Oh,
You're saying there's a push beforehand.
Right. Well, the way this bout's going, that could be the winning score. So if you're the coach, possibly this is a sensible move. But if she did actually just push her down, let's clear it. But it's could be a bit of a waste on the video review card. We will see. Well, let's see what the replay gives. So hopefully we'll get it on our screens as well in a second.
So it was a punch, I think, that they can see. Well, sorry, we can't see that on our screen.
I think he's saying if we...
It's accepted.
Yep, video accepted. So yeah, she said that she actually pushed her over. So great call from the coach. He's got the card back. He saved the point. And
Kyungo to... No.
No.
He's given the Kyungo to Korea, but he should... That's it, wipe off that one.
Yeah,
that's
so
correct.
One less Kyungo there. This is all very confusing. So we've got one yellow apiece. It's still 0-0.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, let's go again. The clock's ticking. So both of them now have got a yellow card against their name. And we're back to 0-0. So a great video review card played there by the Croatian coach. That made a big difference because now we've less 40 seconds to go. One of these players goes down. That's going to be a
it.
Oh, she slipped over. Oh my goodness! Was that the commentator's curse on her?
Absolutely, absolutely.
She went down
done it there.
She went down without contact. But now,
right, watch the headshot attempts coming in here. There, bang! Did that score? It did indeed.
The card is out. The Croatian coach is going to chance his luck with this card again. That was very, very close. But, oh, Mike, you called... I'll tell you what, I think we're pretty good at this job. I called the going down. You called the headshot. And that Korean, you know, Kim just absolutely, when the time came, yeah, let's just score with a headshot. And, you know, just as her opponent knows that she's going to come
We did get the script beforehand, Adrian, so they don't know what one is.
Well, here we go. Replay time. Let's see. Now, we're going to have a little look at the screens here.
I think it was a headshot.
Well, we need a different angle. Just having a look here. We're looking at some screens. Ooh.
It's too close to call. I think that was it. The last extension. It's rejected. Sorry, the points.
It's accepted. The points are coming off. Yeah, there was no conclusive. I think she just flicked her head to get her head away.
It's hard to say.
I know. I think the crane shot camera actually gave it, and I know you've been a little bit against this crane this evening, Mike, but actually the crane was from above, and you could see that the foot, so it's down to 3-0. It's 1-0 to ZANINOVIC. The clock is going. Wow, this has had everything, this match.
She's chasing. I won't be surprised if she gets through. Croatia goes high. That was not high enough, though. Oh. She signalled, there's a little bit of a discreet signal there to her coach to make the appeal for a headshot.
Now, in the old days, that used to be automatic can go, but now it's sort of allowed.
It's sort of allowed, and you wouldn't have even, I think if you didn't know what you're looking for, you wouldn't have seen that one, really.
She scratched her left kneecap or something, and that meant...
pushback, yeah. But,
well, she's nodded her head to a coach, and I'll tell you what, he's on a hat-trick with this video review card.
That's good coaching. It's very, very good coaching. I think he's a bit ambitious there. I think he's taking the player's word for that, but, you know, who knows? I'm not against the crane shot, Adrian. It's just it's a bit low. You know, the overhead shot is a brilliant idea. We did use it in London at the games.
Well, we're just having a little look here on the screens. It's pretty inconclusive at the moment. They do have many, many different angles that they're looking at. It's hard to tell from where we are exactly what's being called. I'm just waiting. What do you think, Mike?
I think it'll be rejected. I don't think it was a headshot. Rejected.
Well, there's no time left at all here now. Clock's running down very quickly. Korea have to attack, but ZANINOVIC has taken it. She's taken the title.
It's not over yet. I think the coach is going to play a video replay.
Is he going to go for a card?
He is, yeah. I would do that exactly the same.
And what could he be going for a card here for? That really seems a move of a desperate man.
Yeah, negative movement. He's going to try and say that the Croatian was moving away, but I think he's a little bit ambitious.
Yeah.
So say negative play, say moving around, so evading the match, as it were.
Well, I suppose at the end of the day, she's got a yellow against her, so he's trying to. He wants to say, look, you should have given a Kyungo here because
I do exactly the same. I do exactly the same. Final of the Grand Prix, one Kyungo difference between them. Really, I would do exactly the same.
But from an official's point of view, surely that's for the job of the head referee there. It's for him to decide whether that's a Kyungo, not for the guys on the video bench.
The coaches can call the decisions of the referees. So if the referee was to give a Kyungo and the coach thought it was wrong, he can appeal that. It's human error, so it can be it can be questioned. I think it's very it's worth a try, but I think it's rejected.
That would be a very harsh call.
It's rejected. It's rejected.
I've got to say, and rightly so. And in fact, I think the clock. There's actually 0 on the clock. The match is over, and Lucija ZANINOVIC has taken the title here. Absolutely wonderful performance.
I'm really pleased for her. She's a great athlete, great performer. Like I said, 3 times European champion. A little bit fortunate in that one. You know, the 1 point in in the final of the Grand Prix. We'd hope a little bit more, but great player, deserves a victory.
Yeah. Done it.
Now referees are entered to the card.
So Mike, well, that was a pretty interesting first final. As we just see some of the highlights from that. These are just some of the highlights from that previous final there. And of course, none of these scoring.
That was the headshot. That was the headshot she appealed for.
Yeah.
The ZANINOVIC appealed for. That's the only one she threw with the match, actually.
Yes, if you were a coach for the Koreans there.